Good evening. Today I will teach you how to make a Cincinnati style chili into a cheese coney. In Cincinnati, Ohio, a cheese coney is considered a delicacy. It's a landmark on the west side of Cincinnati, and it's a restaurant that everyone loves. Today I will be teaching you how to cook what is commonly referred to as a cheese coney, or otherwise known as a chili cheese dog. I consider myself an expert on this topic because I eat Skyline as often as I do. I eat it multiple times a week, and I've been eating it for almost my whole life, as long as I can remember. And today I'll be teaching you my family's recipe, which I have been cooking for years and have mastered over the times. I've cooked this chili recipe many times and have tried many different types of cheese conies in my life, and I think Skyline is still the best. According to SkylineChili.com, the cheese coney was created in 1949 by a man named Nicholas. Nicholas had moved from Greece to Cincinnati and was the first one to bring over the cheese coney and Skyline. His first restaurant was built on a hill in East Price Hill, overlooking the Cincinnati skyline, which is where he got the name Skyline. Since then, the restaurant has expanded all over Cincinnati, and it continues to grow nationwide. But it has very deep roots on the west side of Cincinnati and forever will be loved here. In this speech, I will teach you the ingredients that it takes to make the perfect cheese coney. After I teach you these ingredients and show you the materials, I will show you how to cook the chili to its maximum potential. Last, you will learn how to construct the cheese coney and be able to add things that make the cheese coney a lot better. Although I am using my family's recipe, it is very similar to the Skyline recipe, and it's just like going to a real Skyline. In the chili, a very special ingredient is ground beef. The beef in the chili makes it meatier and adds a lot of flavor to it. After learning how to cook the chili, you will see how other additions can complement a cheese coney and make it really good. These additions could include onions, mustard, or hot sauce. And a quick trivia for the audience. Where did the name Skyline come from? They named the restaurant Skyline because it overlooked the Cincinnati skyline. So first, I'm going to teach you the ingredients that you need to make Cincinnati style chili. All the materials are very simple, and there's only a few that you might have to shop for. In order to start cooking your chili, you will need a few simple things. You will need a stove, some pots and pans, a knife and a stirring spoon for the chili, some water, and some measuring cups. For the food part of the chili, which is actually cooking it, you will need shredded cheddar cheese, which can be freshly grated or come from a bag, a 6-ounce can of tomato sauce, a Skyline chili flavor packet, a pack of hot dogs, and some hot dog buns. Next, I will teach you how to actually cook the chili. In order to start the chili, you must have a stove and a large pan. Once you have these two things, you can add six cups of water to the pot. Once the water is boiling, you can start to add the rest of the ingredients for the chili. As I said earlier, the rest of the ingredients are the Skyline chili flavor packet, the 6 ounces of tomato paste, and the ground beef. It's a good idea to rip up the ground beef before you all throw it in the pot, because it cooks better that way and the chili tastes better. Once all together in the pot, let the chili cook for 2 or 3 hours while stirring it occasionally. Towards the end of the chili, you want to start making your hot dogs. These hot dogs can be cooked whether boiled, in the microwave, or grilled. The final thing to learn is how to construct the cheese coney. This is where you finally get to see the cheese coney come together. For this, you will need your cooked chili, your hot dog bun, and your cheese. First goes the hot dog, but then you place the hot dog in the bun, and on top of that, you pour the chili over it. Once the chili is on, the cheese goes directly on top of it. You can use this in excessive amounts or little amounts. You can put however much chili you want on it or however much cheese you want on it. Preferably, you should put a lot of chili and a lot of cheese because that's when a cheese coney can be made best. If you let the cheese sit for a little while on top of the chili, it will melt and your cheese coney would even be better. Now that the cheese coney is cooked and ready to eat, you can add diced onions, mustards, or hot sauce, as I said earlier. But I wouldn't start to get wild with some of the topics. So now that you are all finished with your cheese coney, I hope that you have built up an appetite because the cheese coney is now ready to be eaten. Although the cheese coney is known around the country, it is a huge deal for Westsiders. It's a special cheese coney for us, and it's an icon to our city. Everybody that goes to Skyline has their order memorized and their favorite restaurant to go to. According to WCPO.com, President Barack Obama visited the first Skyline before it was demolished in 2012 and absolutely loved it. So if you're interested, you can find the full recipe at creativehomestyle.com. Although it refers to the recipe as top secret, most of the recipes are the same as Skyline. So in today's speech, I hope you learned all the ingredients it takes to make chili, the cooking instructions in order to make the chili, and how to construct the cheese coney from top to bottom and the things you can use to add to it. I want to thank everybody for listening to this speech, and I hope you all get to indulge in a cheese coney once in your life. I highly recommend it.